Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria and today we are doing an unboxing and a walkthrough of the Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle. This is a 45 card deck and guidebook by Abiola Abrams. So let's get right into it. I think this is a brand new deck. I received this as part of the Hay House Card Deck Club quarterly subscription, and this is from the spring collection for this one. So let's get into it. Let's get opened. I do already have the cellophane off because I did an unboxing for the subscription box. But I've only looked at one card, so I haven't pulled it out. So we do have a very sturdy two-piece box, which is always nice. If you've ever watched my channel, I hate tuck boxes. I really don't like them at all. They always tear. They always get stuck on something, or a card gets stuck, and they're just not my favorite. So I do appreciate very much that we are still getting some of these things in the very sturdy two-piece boxes. The inside of the box, it does say something. It says, whether or not you know your ancestors, they know you. Spirit was our first ancestor. So there you go. It's a little bit of a clue that what kind of deck we're working with. And if I was an intelligent person, I would read the back of it for you. This retails for $19.99 US or $25.99 Canadian. So it's still fairly reasonable. I mean, it's 45 cards for 20 bucks, right? So it's less than $1 a card. Not too bad. Tap into the sacred wisdom of the past. Our ancestors have much to teach us about ourselves and our place in this life. This 45-card oracle deck is designed to help you connect with the spirits of your ancestors, the divine, and the harmonies present throughout the universe. Featuring 5 suits of ancestral figures, each corresponding with the elements of Aze, which I think, Aze, I'm not sure what that is actually. Aze, fire, water, air, and earth. Interesting. Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle is the perfect tool for those looking to deepen their spirituality and connect with the wisdom and experience of those who came before them. So, of course, we do have a guidebook that comes in here. One of the hints, there's a lot of counterfeit decks out there these days. One of the ways you can spot often, maybe not always, but very often and most of the time, a counterfeit deck is when you don't get the guidebook or you don't get the little white book, and it does tend to come in via a QR code that you have to download. And that's just one of the little hints. I like to buy actual decks that are from the publisher, from the author, because of course, if they're a knockoff, the creators don't get paid. Right. And, just like in the old days of downloading music, that was not necessarily on the up and up, right? The artist didn't get paid for that either. So that's just my little thing on there. So this is an actual real deck. So we do have this guidebook on here, fairly thick. It is how many pages? 121 pages. So that's great. And we'll have a look at it. And this will be a black and white one in here. So we've got contents. We've got greetings about our ancestors, blessing your secrets of the ancestors cards. Okay. Suggested spreads. That's always nice. About the cards, meet your 45 cards, and about the artist, and author. So we've got a little bit of an introduction in here first, about our ancestors. So a little bit of background here. How ancestors communicate. What if I don't know my blood family or ancestors? That's a big question for some people. What about reincarnation? What if my ancestors were terrible people? Yee, ouch. Sometimes if we dig up a family tree, sometimes we get surprises. What if my DNA results differ from family lore? Interesting, going deeper. And let's see what else. How to honor your ancestors. So blessing your oracle deck, suggested secrets. So we've got some spreads in here. So this is the Sankofa spread. Go back and get it. This is a 1 card. We've got 3 cards here. Ancestral Wisdom spread. Help me, please. It says on that one. So you're asking your ancestors for help. Generational wealth spread, blessings and blocks, 5 cards. That's probably a very popular spread, I would think. In that one, we've got the cornrow spread, inner child healing. This is 9 cards, and that's what that's. It's like a box spread. The family karma tree spread, elders and ancestors, 15 cards. And ooh, that one probably take a few minutes to get through that one, but that's like family tree, so that's really interesting. I do enjoy it. I've been reading cards for so many years now, and I have my own spreads. A lot of times I just do things free form or do things as I go along. I don't necessarily need them, but I do enjoy it when I get a new deck where the creator of the deck has put in suggested spreads. They created the deck, they channeled the information, they put it together with a lot of care, love, and dedication. And when they put in a spread in here, they're just making a suggestion on one of the ways that is a really good way to work with their deck. So I try out spreads. So it doesn't matter if you're new to oracle or tarot card readings or whether you're experienced. I encourage you to try out the spreads that are in some of these decks that the creator has put in. It can be really helpful, and hey, maybe it'll even kind of give you a little bit new source of inspiration. So I do encourage that. Anyway, so we have about the oracle cards. We've got 3 arcanas: Ascended Elders Arcana, Community Circle Arcana, and Ancient Sages Arcana. And so we've got sections of cards that those refer to. We've got about the 5 suits. So that's Assay is ancestors. And there's 25 cards that represent the journey through major life lessons and universal situations that we all face. Assay energy is the breath of life, the vital life force energy. So there we go. So that's what that is. And then we've got fire, water, air, and earth all in there. We do have about reversals. So some people are very intimidated by reversals, but they can tell you a lot and they can add a lot of depth to your reading. So don't be afraid of reversals. A reverse card is a card that appears to be upside down when pulled. In this deck, reversed cards are not simply negative or the opposite of upright cards. They often represent an energetic block or resistance in the full expression of the card's essence. Because of this key shadow dimension, for your readings, there are not just 45 singular ancestral card possibilities, but 90. So reading reversals can essentially double the amount of cards and messages that you really do have in your deck. So don't be afraid of reversals, whether it's tarot or oracle. Of course, some decks are designed not to have reversals. So, perhaps honor those. But we do have information about each card. So it starts out with card 0, the suit of Assay. We've got Boo Boo the Fool. That's so cute. That's actually the card that I pulled out when I first did the unboxing of the actual subscription box itself. Possibilities and potential. So got some interesting stuff there. We've got the loner, isolation and introspection, the root of water. So the guidebook itself, it's got it's not color or anything. It's just got your information. So it's got a basic description of the card. Ancestral memory, ancestral medicine, shadow aspect, that would be reversed. Tarot correspondence, that's handy. So this particular one, root of water, highly sensitive, is corresponding to the Page of Cups. Makes sense, right? I haven't read the description, but it makes sense just by this particular brief description right there. Highly sensitive, Page of Cups, very empathic, very creative, and sometimes a little bit of a newbie. But we've got a declaration on here as well, so it's kind of like an affirmation, and I choose to express my feelings openly and fully. So that's a nice little message for that particular one. So let's have a look at the cards and see what we've got coming out here. I'm going to take off that, say goodbye to that. Hopefully that didn't get my kitten's attention. I do have, just full disclosure, in case they start making a noise, they look like they've settled down now. I have 2 5-month-old kittens, and they've been recovering from their spay and neuter surgery for their last week and a half, and they just had a major case of nuclear zoomies. So hopefully they stay settled down where they are now. Anyway, So let's have a look at these. All right. So standard oracle card size, right? I have fairly long fingers. All right. So this is about them. This particular comparison here, this is a regular tarot card size right here. So the oracle is a little bit bigger. So kind of what seems to be these days a fairly standard oracle deck size. The card stock. Now, this is where some of these things from Hay House, but this is where some of these decks from Hay House are starting to fall apart for me a little bit. The cardstock, it's fairly thick, okay, fairly sturdy. That's a positive thing. Cardstock, of course, as we all know, is a very personal preference. So, take it with a grain of salt. However, it's plain cardboard. All right, you can see it's a completely matte finish. It doesn't feel like there's any kind of lamination on here whatsoever. The last couple of card decks that I have received, even though these shuffle fairly well, they're fairly easy to work with, and they are thick enough, right? And they're flexible enough to work with, but not so flexible that they're just going to bend right in half the first time you use them. However, because they do just have like this cardboardy feel to them, I have found the last couple of decks that I have, they are curling and I don't like it. They are curling in the box. And so when I take them out of the box, I get this little warp, right? So just this little warp to it that tends to go like that. So I store them upside down. I store them right side up, put heavier crystals on them to try and flatten them out. So while the cardstock is okay to work with, I feel that without that little bit of protective lamination on there, I do find and I do feel that they're going to start to show some signs of wear faster than they normally would. So just a little bit of a heads up there. But like I said, I mean, they are a matte finish. If you live in a very dry area like the desert or something, maybe they won't curl at all. So anyways, so that's just my thing. But anyways, but this is the back of the deck, so it's really kind of funky dunky on there. You would not be able to tell when you're shuffling or laying out your cards which way is upright and which way is reversed. So I like that when I'm dealing with my decks that do have reversals, because I don't want to know. Right, I don't necessarily want to know until I flip it over. So let's start to look at some of these cards and see what we've got. So we've got Boo Boo the Fool. Very much looks like the Fool card in tarot, and I bet you if I looked in the book, that's probably what it would associate with. Okay, possibilities and potential. All right. He looks like he's having a really good time, and he's got the Fool card typically has a dog. This one, he's got a cat. So perhaps in this energy here, he is tapping into his independence, perhaps with that. We have, here we go, card number 1. This was card 0, was the Fool. Card number 1, the Conjure Woman, and this is about manifestation. The High Priestess, card number 2, some very same tarot association, intuition and knowingness. Card 3, the Matriarch, nurture and harvest, very similar in the essence there to the Empress card, right, which can be about harvest and new beginnings, so it might have that similar kind of flavor to that. We also have how many are there? Are there 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have the 12 stars of the zodiac in there as well. So very, very Empress in its energy there. We've got number 4, the Patriarch, unapologetic, Emperor, right? That's probably the association. You know what? I'm curious now. I'm going to go check. I need to check. I'm nosy. Yes, correspondence, the Fool with Boo Boo, the Magician, the Conjure Woman, manifestation. There you go. The High Priestess with the High Priestess, obviously. The Empress with the Matriarch. There we go. I wonder if they're all similar there because they are archetypes. The Hierophant, number 5, the Lovers, number 6. So yeah, so they look like they, the first, I think it said 21 cards, they're going to mirror the major arcana out of your tarot decks. So here is a little bit of an interesting way to associate your tarot decks with some ancestral wisdom. Anyway, very interesting. I like it. So we've got the patriarch, unapologetic, number 4. Number 5, the shaman, trust the path. That's the Hierophant card traditionally. The twins, conscious connections. That would be the Lovers card there, the Gemini energy. Number 7, the monarch, victorious, right? What does that look like? Chariot card, right? Number 7, Cancerian energy with that one, card of destiny. The chiefess, strength tested, number 8. That's the strength card association there. The loner, number 9, isolation and introspection. That is the hermit association. The goddess circle, wheel of change. Ooh, I like this one. Number 10, and that is, of course, the wheel of fortune. But look at this. The wheel of fortune does indicate change, expansion, growth, right? Moving forward. But this one we've got, this is really quite pretty, actually, and it is the goddess circle. So interesting. I might read that one out of the book. I'm just going to stick that one out a little bit. I want to see what it says in regards to that particular one. We've got the judge, poetic justice, and that is the justice card association. We've got the martyr, sacrifice and self-reflection, hanged man energy there. Jumble, total disruption, hello, the death card, right? But look at that. Look how pretty that is. Look how beautiful that is. We've got, it's very, just kind of draws you into that one. I don't know if I don't know if the camera does it a lot, does it the justice that it deserves on there. Anyways, when it's not jumble, it's Jumbie, Jumbie, total disruption. So interesting. So that's the death card. We've got 14, the peacemaker, persistent patience. That relates back to the temperance card. Trickster energy, egos and excess. Devil card traditionally, right? Number 15, and doesn't look like a particularly pleasant fellow, does it? No. And we've got the web attached to people down here, right? But we can always break the chains or break the web. So there you go. We've got Tower energy here, card 16, the deviant, chaos and destruction. We can accept the gentle changes sometimes that come in with the death card, either that or eventually we do end up with that total destruction there with the Tower. The star, spiritual rebirth here, card 17, beautiful. That star really jumps out of that card there. Aquarian energy, possibly in that one. 18, the shadow, trials and tribulations, moon energy. Right? We do have some symbology on here that is very similar to the moon, right? We've got the dog and the wolf, the tamed and the untamed. We've got what looks like a lobster or something coming out of the water, right? It's gold down there. We do have moons on this, right? We've got some shadow on there as well. So very interesting associations. The griot, blissed, like bliss, not blessed, blissed, so that's the sun. Okay. The Huntress, Soul Awakening, card 20. This relates back to the Judgment card. Interesting way to look at that, right? Called into the light. 21, the Ancestral Force, completion. So it'll be the World card. Look how nice that is. Look how pretty that is. Again, that's another one that just kind of draws you in. So we have Altar of Fire, good juju. Who doesn't like a little bit of good juju? We all do. There you go. We have Root of Fire, card 23, risk it all. Go for it. Creature of Fire, choose freedom. Sometimes that's challenging to do, isn't it? Mother of Fire, shine and rise. Father of Fire, passion ignited. Now we have Water energy. Altar of Water, love and overflowing. Root of Water, highly sensitive. Creature of Water, creative expression. again, look how nice it, look how that draws you in on that. And again, I don't know if the camera is really doing it, excuse me, the justice that it deserves, but, oh my goodness, excuse me. But it's very, very vibrant, but it's just something about it just kind of like, is almost like a little bit of a 3D effect. Mother of water, emotional self-care. We forget to do that sometimes, don't we? Father of water, balance and harmony. Altar of air, clarity. Very Ace of Swords like, right? Root of air, explore. Card 33. Creature of air, speed, 34. It almost looks a little bit like the Knight of Swords, right? Mother of air, boundaries. Queen of Swords energy, hello. Yes, very, speak your truth, be very clear, be very definitive, but set your boundaries. Father of air, leadership. It's King of Swords energy, feels like. Altar of earth, limitless prosperity, right? The altar cards here all feel very much like the aces. Root of earth, inspired action, number 38. The root ones feel like, I mean, I haven't read the book, obviously, but the root ones feel like pages. The creatures feel like knights. And then, of course, we've got kings and queens with the mother and the father, right? So root of earth, inspired action. The creature of earth, take charge. Mother of earth, fertile ground. Queen of Pentacles, right? Queen of Pentacles energy. Father of earth, generosity. Sugar daddy, King of Pentacles energy. We have Mother of God or Mother God, miracles in motion. Father God, radical truth. The unknown, enigma. Interesting. Those ones will be interesting to read through. So let's pull one. And I said I was going to do this one, the goddess circle, right? The wheel of change. Let's pull out that one. Card number 10. We're going to read from the book and see what the book has to say about this particular card. The wheel of change. There is a season for everything, and this is yours. If you haven't already received the good news, it's on its way. It's safe to celebrate. You deserve it. Don't question the joy. Do not wait for the other shoe to drop. Rejoice, beautiful. You are the moment. This is your time. Positive change is on the way. Expansion, evolution, revolution. Be open to change. This is a great season to let go of the past and take a big risk. Ancestral memory. The powerful Egyptian goddesses and queens from the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck, Ketesh, Nefertiti, Ma'at, Sekhmet, and Iset, or Isis, showed up for this goddess circle. Their unified power creates a portal of unlimited choices and transformations. Ancestral medicine. One thing about that Wheel of Fortune, it keeps turning. For some of your ancestors, it was difficult to feel joy for joy's sake. Heal their energy by celebrating your now. Learn what it feels like to revel in joy, pleasure, and fun just for the sake of it. Shadow aspect, reversed, so topsy-turvy. Yikes. Obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, setbacks, misfortune, bad luck, things have not been going your way. Take a breath. Don't make any sudden movements. The fates have not been on your side, but know that this too shall pass. Yes, you may be feeling a bit helpless right now, but remember that you're still in charge. Tarot correspondence, Wheel of Fortune, the declaration, I'm a winner, baby. Very great message on there. So it feels like by reading the description of this particular one that you could use this deck, kind of like a mini tarot if you wanted to. Again, it's got the association with some of the tarot cards. So you could even, understand and learn the messages out of here as in regards to your ancestors, past life divination, all of that kind of thing. But you could actually pick up any tarot deck and correspond and correlate that to that. I want to read the unknown because, why not? So let's read this one and see what this is, because it's really quite interesting card. And like anything in our human existence, with anything unknown, we want to know what it is. So let's see what it is. Still trying to control everything? The answers you seek are unknowable at this moment, or the divine is not ready to give you the full picture right now. Nothing is certain. This is not a yes or a no, but a pause. Trusting the unknown is about having unwavering faith. Believe in your bones that your ancestors have your back and are guiding you towards something greater. It may feel scary, but when we trust, amazing things happen. The unknown calls us to step into a world of infinite avenues where dreams are born and miracles unfold. Let go of expectations and open yourself up to what could be. Ancestral memory. If you were close to a family member or another person when they were in the physical realm, they are likely still with you now. The unknown ancestors are still loving and protecting you. On a soul level, we know all of our ancestors. Put your hands over your heart. Feel into their guidance and affirm, just for today, I know that I am safe. Ancestral medicine. If something is out of alignment with your nervous system, you will reject it. This includes all of your intentions, goals, dreams, and plans. It is imperative to become comfortable with becoming uncomfortable so that you can continue to take risks to grow, evolve, and expand. Shadow aspect reversed. Don't be a know-it-all. Leave room to be surprised by life. It makes you feel confident and secure with your intelligence to show how much you know, but release the idea that you have anything to prove. It is safe to not know everything. Tarot correspondence, none. Declaration, I am being guided and protected. That's a really powerful and important message with that one. And again, in our human experience, we want to know everything. We want all the answers. We want things to happen in the here and now, and having trust and having faith and being open to follow our path or our guidance is sometimes a little bit challenging. So that's a very important message for us all. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. So initial thoughts on this. I'm very intrigued, very interested in this deck. I want to see some of the other correspondences. There's a couple other decks that I use in a couple ways that I do, like some past life divination, or that I use to tap into ancestors and things like that. So I'm very interested to work with this one. It's got my interest. So far, the cards are beautiful. I'm iffy on the cardstock, as we won't beat the dead horse with that one. I'm a little iffy on that, but I mean, it's not horrible, right? It's not horrible. It's just that I would prefer a little extra protection on the deck so that it doesn't develop that little warp in it. So I really hope that it does not do that. Hopefully they've perfected something on the back end for that, but we'll see how it goes. But overall, my first impressions, I like it. I'm intrigued by it. I want to work more by it. It's got a good energy coming off of it, and I think we'll be very good friends. So do you have this deck? What are your first thoughts of it? Have you worked with it before? Does it intrigue you? Does something about it speak to you? Drop a line down below, drop a comment, start a conversation. It's always interesting to have other people's experiences and information. So I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.